This is a long-term and detailed review of Abacus AI. I've been using Abacus for over a year now, and I did a review back in January. Since then, lots of things have changed. Some are better, some are worse. Stay till the end to find out what has changed and if it still gets my recommendation. So this is the main interface for Abacus. It has not changed much. At the top, we have this drop down where you have access to all the models. You select the model you want to use. So we have all the models from OpenAI and pretty much all the models from Google, including their image generation models, Grok. So all the Gemini, all the Claude family models. We have also the open source Chinese models like DeepSeek and Qwen and the MetaLlama models, and also the Perplexity Pro. If you select Route LLM, it will just pick one of these models, but you can choose whatever model you want. Most of the time I use Claude Sonnet 4.5, but this is the most expensive model there. The good thing about this is that it understands your prompt and it will search the web if required. Let's say I want to ask, when was ChatGPT 5.2 released? So it reads the prompt and then it's clever enough to go and search the web. If it didn't do a web search first, it will not be able to give me the correct answer. So it's telling me ChatGPT 5.2 was released on December 11th. Today is December 18th. The other thing I like about them is they don't use your data for training. So Abacus is mainly designed for businesses. They don't use your chat data for any model training. I send them an email. This is the email I got from Abacus. They assure me my data is confidential. They don't use it or share it for anything, for any purposes. Also, they answer me a question about the API usage. They say credit consumption will be based on the price of the LLM used. These prices are some of the cheapest on the planet and are listed here. But then when I click on that link, I don't see prices for anything. We also have here, if I click on more, you can see I have more options here. So I can generate videos, I can generate images, I can do a video analysis. Let's say I want to generate a video. So I have an image and I want basically to generate 5 seconds video from that image, animate it basically. I have multiple models here. I have Sora 2, I have Luma Labs, I have Runway, and I have Google View 3.1. Google View 3.1 is very expensive. It will eat your allowance very quickly. I will stick to Runway. So my prompt will be this, and I want it to use this image. And I want it for 5 seconds. If I want also to do text to speech, you have lots of models. Obviously, 11 Labs is the best here. You can select whatever model you have. I will select 11 Labs V3, which is very good. Voices, let's see. I want some British. Yeah, let's try this one.
Managing properties shouldn't mean drowning in emails and calls. Hundreds of tenant requests flooding your inbox.
So we can see that generating this speech using 11 labs basically cost me 30 credits, and generating this 5-second video cost me 250 credits. You get with the basic tier 20,000 credit a month. So this just give you an idea how much credit you use. This my first question here, it cost me 20 credits, and this used GPT 5.1. I would be able to use with my 20,000 credit 1,000 requests like this a month. You can obviously buy more. Every 10,000 credits will cost you 10 extra dollars. If you see yourself using lots of credits, my suggestion is to add a new user to your account. The usage is pooled between all the users, so just create an organization, add another user, might be your spouse, your son, and then basically you get 20,000 extra. That way it's actually cheaper than buying extra credits every month. So what has changed? Abacus introduced a few months ago something called Deep Agent. So if I click on it, you can see this is the Deep Agent platform. And basically it's a way to create things from prompt. If you want to create an app, you want to create a website, if you want to create any specific workflow. The problem with this is if you want to create anything, you have to subscribe now to their pro tier. If I go to their billing page, they say the difference between the basic and pro is the basic costs $10 a month and provides access to all chat LLM features with 20k credits and limited access to Abacus AI Deep Agent, 3 tasks of limited complexity. So I've tried this and it didn't work. So I would say you cannot basically create anything with the basic tier. Upgrading to pro costs additional $10 and gives you 5k extra credits and allow you to use Abacus AI Deep Agent without restriction, provided you have the credits to do so. So obviously this has changed. Before we could basically do anything on the platform using the standard tier. There was no pro tier. But now they introduced this pro tier. If you are into just chatting with AI, if you want to generate images or short videos, if you want to code, you can use their coding tool using the basic tier. I still use the basic tier. I have not upgraded to the deep agent tier, mainly because I have other subscriptions which I can use to create things. So if you want to build projects from prompts, then obviously you need the pro tier. The other thing I'd like to mention this month, and for the first time ever, I ran out of credit. Even if you run out of credits, you will still be able to use the open source models for free, which is a good thing, I would say. But I think they are charging more now because, as I said, I've been using Abacus for over a year and I never ran out of credit. My usage hasn't changed much really. So I'm not sure if something has changed on their side. Their agents platform is pretty much the same. It's basically a way for you to upload your own datasets and build your own custom agents and tasks. They still have the AI coding tool. They renamed it from Code LLM to Abacus AI Desktop. You click on it and you are prompted to download it. It's available for Mac, Linux, and Windows. I'm on Mac, so I'm going to download the Mac version. So this is Abacus AI coding tool, which I just downloaded from their website. First time you run it, you will be asked to log in, obviously, and then you will see this. Lots has changed in this tool since I reviewed it 7 or 8 months ago. It's the usual customized version of Visual Studio Code. You have access to the latest coding models here, like Sonnet 4.5, GPT 5.1 Codex, Gemini 3 Pro, and all the Grok and open source Chinese model as well. So not much has changed. It still has this agent. They now call it Deep Agent. Don't really understand why, but it's basically the same thing. Two new things as well here. One is this Abacus AI CLI, which is a way to interact with your agent using your terminal. And also they added this desktop listener, and they say it offers real-time answers and suggestions in meetings and tasks. I don't know why they put this desktop listener inside a coding tool, right? Also, if I click on this, if you look at the settings here, it asks for microphone access, screen recording, and even launch at startup, right? So as soon as you turn on your computer, you have a tool with access to your mic and screen. If you don't need it, you can just uninstall it. It's a standalone install. I've been using the coding tool a lot, and most of the time, 80% of the time is fine. Sometimes it crashes, and I kind of understand why. Remember, this is a flat fee tool, right? Using Sonnet 4.5, for example, is very expensive. So they have to make some tweaks to basically try to reduce their own cost. And sometimes these tweaks just do not play very well. In these scenarios, I just jump to Klein. So Klein is very similar tool. It's much more powerful than obviously Abacus AI. It's free add into Visual Studio, but you have to use your own Open Router API keys. You pay as you go. I've been using Abacus for over a year now, and I've been recommending them to everybody, including here on YouTube. You have access to pretty much all the models in one place. It is very cheap and fantastic value for money. Things have changed though in the last 12 months. To start with, they created this pro tier, which basically makes the basic tier useless to create things. The second issue is the pricing. As I mentioned in my review, I noticed that I'm spending more credits. I'm not sure what what has changed exactly, but they seem to be charging more for doing the same task or using the same model. The other thing, which is a bit concerning, is the lack of support and documentation. They are coming across as a bunch of engineers working on good product, creating new features every day, but without any sales, without any business development. Believe it or not, I've never received any email from Abacus in over a year. Even when they make a new release and make substantial changes to the platform, they never notify users. I would still recommend it for individuals. Unless you are a developer, in this case, I would suggest you look at Claude Pro subscription. But for everybody else, I still think it's a fantastic value for money, even if you have to pay $20 a month, because you have access to all models. If you subscribe to Google or to ChatGPT, you have access to only their models, but here you have access to everything. I hope they fix the issues around communication, around documentation, about support, about emailing their user base, and which is makes me nervous as we're recommending this product to businesses, unless you want to only give your employees access to these models. But I wouldn't recommend running any workflows on their platform. I hope this review was useful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching.